let's see. Like I said, this is a place for you to be real, to stand out to recruiters, to stand out to hiring managers, to really put your best face forward, your most professional face forward. And if you do these things and really build this profile up, it can change your full entire networking experience. So let me pull up real quick my profile and let's talk about all these different sections and what to edit and what not to edit. And I'll go through some settings a little bit as well. You might see me looking off to the side here. That's just making sure I cover everything that's important for you. And I will tell you where there's controversy, where there's not controversy, and let you decide what is the best path for you. Let's get started. First thing is the banner image, and that's this section right here. And I'm going to look at it. So it's this whole cover image. Now I'm going for something very, very simple. I tried a bunch of different things. As I said, it is your profile and you can do whatever you want. I say just try new things. Just see if you get more traction with one thing than another. Now to create a banner image, LinkedIn has some built in, but I'm going to tell you to go to this website, canva.com. I am not affiliated with them as of the recording of this video and don't plan to be, but not that I don't love the platform. But I will say they have a lot of free options where you can make a really professional banner. You can update your headshot and put different backgrounds, things like that. So it's really a very flexible tool. I love it. And so I did already search for what do you want to create today? And I said LinkedIn banner. And then I scrolled past all of my previous stuff. And I want to show you there are these with a little crown. Those are pro banners. And don't be discouraged because the first three show pro. If you scroll down, actually more than three. If you scroll down just a little further, you see that these are all free. So you can find anything that resonates with you without there's a setting that you can actually click show me only free stuff. But this one, I'm in text and this one looks pretty good. All you have to do is click on it, customize this template, and you can go in and there's so much you can change. If you don't like this, are we there yet? Okay, it's still loading. Give it a second. You can go in and change your name. There's tons of different fonts. If you want the whole background. So the whole background is this thing that I use Canva all the time. I just not learning. They have this entire background image, so you could change into elements and then search for magical AI stuff now that you can do too. But you can I went into the magic sense. You can actually search for I don't know, what are you into? Let's say I'm a YouTube person. A YouTube banner diver. So look, there's something you can see that there's photos, there's graphics. You can enlarge a lot of these to go there. You customize it the way you want. I actually think that having a background like this establishes. There goes my dogs. Of course, there goes my dogs in the middle of this. Anyway, all these backgrounds that you can pick from, and then all you have to do is click the share button and download, and it will give you choices on sizes and whatnot when it actually comes from LinkedIn banner. Keep the sizes. That's the way to make sure that they are going to fit. To actually change it, you would click this little right to, and then you can change photos. And you'll be able to pick either the default ones or upload a single photo. I love the background image. It shows that I've invested in this account and I'm a real account, and that will bring me to the profile photo section. Now on this one, you can see that you can click on it, edit it, add frames, edit, all of those pieces. So I had a spy story. I actually reached out or tried to post and look back up 10 minutes. I had someone reach out to me and said, I don't feel good about how I look right now, and it's really uncomfortable for me to put a LinkedIn photo. And I was like, I'm not think you find any photo that you just feel comfortable in. Maybe upload that. And my intentions were really good as far as, okay, we want your account to look as invested and as possible, that you're active, that you're here. All of those things that matter if a hiring manager or a recruiter is going to reach out to you. And then I said, well, let me ask my network. So I put it out there on LinkedIn for what I said, dear recruiters, do you care about profile pictures? I always advise people to have one. And I was overwhelmed by the number of people that said, absolutely not, I don't care. Do your skills match what I'm looking for? Then I'm going to reach out to you. So, yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, great. So you don't need a profile picture to be honest. But everybody that said that a profile picture was important also had a profile picture. So that made me go, hmm. And then it really just brought into another part of the conversation, which was, okay, this actually can make you really look, like I said, invested, like you're not a fake account that you'll answer. So I still advocate for a profile picture, but yeah, just like blurb on that. I'm clicking the edit here because this gives you a lot of the other aspects of your profile. The name, additional name if you've been married, and I do put this as visible to all LinkedIn members. I want people to be able to find me. That's important to me. I do have my profile now set. You can also decide if you want those available to all LinkedIn members. But let's really talk about this headline section right here in this one. You can see what I have today as of reporting it. I think this is maybe the most important part of your profile. And the reason I say that is because this is right. When people search and whatnot, they'll see your name, your picture, and then they'll see this headline. It is super important to put either, if you're in a job search, to put the role that you are looking to fill. So you could do, product manager, you put the little type sign into program manager if you're open to both of those types of roles. If a recruiter searches you up and they find your profile, you putting that as the very first thing they read saves them time and sends the message, this is what I'm after. And you can see that I have right behind it, help decipher LinkedIn for those open to work. That's what I do. A mentor. I actually do have a whole prayer thing that I meet with people and just pray for them no matter where they are in their job journey. So I have that as well. And then I was a military spouse to my husband who's now a veteran. So all those are important. It's a little bit of who am I? I only could give you, I think it's 200 characters to tell you who I am. And that's what it is. I have my current product or current positions. And then I have my industry set, my school, location, and all the contact info. Now, I'm not going to click contact info. I'm actually going to go ahead and close this. I'm not going to click the contents to info or connection info. This is up to you whether you put it. If I did that, you would see my phone number, you'd see my email address, but not my actual address. Reason is my employer could know that, but LinkedIn doesn't need to know that. I don't want any extra mail. I don't want anybody, I don't think I just want that to be between me and my employer. So, and we have that. Go to the open to work section. I want to show you a little bit about this. I have to be careful on. I always keep this on. So if anybody from my work is like, I don't know why she have this on, I always keep it on. It's just LinkedIn. I want to have conversations, right? If people want to reach out to me, often I have people on my network, but, and I do a lot of times people are like, oh, I have this role open. Okay, that's not for me, but let me introduce you to somebody who is in that role. I always have it open. You can decide whether that's true or not. You have to take a start date that kind of flexible, casually looking. You can decide whether you're interested in contract or interested in blah, blah, blah. This is the section over that I fulfilled. Keeping your open to work private to only recruiters or public. And you can see right here, if you click the all LinkedIn members, it puts this green banner on your profile. Now, there's controversy about this green banner. There doesn't need to be controversy about the green banner. You'll hear people, and I get this in my leadership all the time. Should I have it? People say it makes me look desperate. Well, I counter with maybe you are desperate. Like you're in a job search, the economy is tough. Maybe you're desperate. What I will tell you is from recruiters that I trust and follow, they say that people who are negative green banner typically are those who would make money off of you. And so I'm like, turn it on, be loud and proud about that thing. You may get more people reaching out, better career coach and resume writers. In fact, I'm told you will. I don't have it on, so I don't have experience with that. But I guess I did that without even being the green banner. And they call it the green banner gang. I love green banners. So it tells me might want to come to my mentorship calls, who might be interested in the YouTube channel, who I can actually help if I'm scrolling and I'm like, okay, I can only spend 15 minutes on LinkedIn and I want to be able to interact with as many people as possible. Guess what? It's the green banner people that I'm going to actually send messages to or respond to their posts and try and give them, boost their visibility. So that's my spiel on that. I'll probably do a full other video just on green banner and yammer for a bit on that. This tell-non-profit shares and getting involved with your time and skills. I recommend a lot if you're in the job search to volunteer for things. Not only does it feel good to you, it can help boost that drudgery of being in this job search, which seems like it could take forever. But it gives you experience and opportunities to use your skills to actually focusively make a difference. Right? If you see, I have to have followers and connections first. That is because I have creator mode on, and that would mean that people who look at my profile would see that I would prefer people to follow than connect. LinkedIn does have a 30,000 connection limit, so if you're trying to be a creator and get a big audience, keep that in mind. I was always adding everybody immediately from the time that I started. I've gotten a little bit back into that, but you see my dog that it's ridiculously. Yeah, I've gotten more into that, just accepting people. But it also, if you want to be very strategic from day one, I would recommend you hire add recruiters that recruit for what you want to do, hiring managers that hire for what you do, and people that are also your peers and do what you want to do. So that allows you to strategically build this network and not your contacts from high school and various things like that. It can be just this very thriving network where you're like, okay, this is adding value every day. And I don't know who these people are over here, but I added them one day and I don't know what to do. It's overwhelming. Strategically building your network allows you to avoid that. I have to clean mine up often, so there you go. On that, I forgot. You should also carry, if you can, or at least follow 5 experts in your fields. There's so much golden content on LinkedIn about who you define and sit at Feed Giants and seek out their new books and interact with them and make relationships with them. It's amazing. So do that. The About section is a chance to tell your story. I am told that when recruiters scan profiles, they tend to look for that headline. They scroll immediately down here to the experience. They want to know what you've done. Make sure your experience matches your resume, right? And you can see I have this career break. I was away from work for a very long time. And they added this as a option, so you can always explain what you were doing if you want to. Nobody can force you to do that. So you decide if you want to describe that or not. There's an analyze section. I won't go into that. Yes, the About section is a chance for you to tell your story. One thing that I do down here is I take my hard skills and I just set them up like that. Those are the things I actually can do. There's a skill section below, but I just want this to be kind of like, hey, looking for this. Here's a brief. Here's who I am. Here's what I do. And here's all the skills that I have. Also, you do want to still add these soft skills. And you can just add your skills and you can send a little bit of but actually, I'm sorry for the pause. It's down here. I had a moment where I was like, wait, it's not letting me add stuff. This is where we add your skills. And you can now, if I think up to, maybe they'd lift up a cap. I thought it used to be 50, but then I was able to add more. So people can come in and endorse you for that skill. And it gives you a little bit more credibility. But I'm still recommendation stuff so much further. So if you want, or you should try and get recommendations from your former colleagues or instructors or teammates that you worked with, especially if you're new to just coming out of college, then you want to make sure that the projects you've done are represented. The people that you've worked with are going and get recommendations. If you're working and it seems like it's kind of awkward to be, oh, hey, will you just go on LinkedIn and pop a recommendation to your coworker? Because then it might be like, okay, you're looking for a job. Well, what I've done in the past that takes it a bit awkward, and you can just ask anyone, say, hey, I want a strong LinkedIn profile, please just go add recommendation. I'll do that for you too. But what I found less awkward is to just say, hey, if you were leaving my company, I reach out, say it was wonderful working with you. Would you be willing to swap recommendations with me on how good it was to work together? And I've got recommendations out. And I do want to highlight this featured content. You can build out what you want people to know about you, to see. I've got my LinkedIn channel, but I also have the latest project that I work on for my job, and then information about the mentorship call that I'm doing. So this is a great opportunity if you're trying to get to like software engineering, or if you're a designer and you have a website, things like that. You can add that here, and it points people to an example of your work. So if you're a software engineer, I always suggest get on GitHub, contribute to a product or project, and then you could put a link to your actual GitHub repository. If you have a blog, then definitely put that there. If I build out a website, which I plan to soon to on this whole helping people, mentorship and YouTube and blah, 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 can go put that there. You can also add that up here in the, you can add a special link there. Just letting you know that's available. I brought a Tranco, I'm sorry, I did Thursday from Yemery Education. You do have it, put it, licenses, a certification. So this one's kind of funny because if you do a LinkedIn course through LinkedIn Learning and you click yes, put it on my profile, it will show up here. So you can have a list of it if you click yes. I don't know if it has any value, but if you do have true certification, like Network Plus I used to have, or the PMP or CCSP, if you're looking for cybersecurity, put them there. I also recommend if you have some of those big certifications to put it behind your name, or at least in your headline, to let people see. I see people that do MBAs, the PMP, I see a lot in the management world. The Kev Volunteer Opportunities is a great way to show I'm the right person, look at the things I do. I took some of mine down because I have a lot of different volunteer opportunities, and I just wanted to clean it up. Skills, again, you can add the skills, you can get endorsements for it. I ask people, or a lot of people will come in and just endorse the skill for you if you ask that. And then I do any honors awards, language, learning French. I put like, oh yeah, elementary proficiency. You just send me to France, and I would be able to do a business trip and be fun with that. And then I do also fill out my interests. It's a great way to, to see companies that I follow and whatnot. And then causes. To me, the more full your profile is, the more you're into different causes and things that you advocate for, the more human it makes you look. Yeah. And it's a long video, but I do want to get into settings that can make a difference in your job search. I'm not going to go through all these. I'm looking at, actually, I've got a reference sheet right here. Let me show you. Where are these settings in privacy? The ones that make the biggest difference. See, I have account preferences. You want to do a profile. It's in here. Why is that taking so long? Okay, so this is where you can go in, and I've already pointed it out. The all LinkedIn members can see you. You want to open up your profile as much as possible. You want people to be able to find you after a job search. If you want to pull some of that back, you're welcome to. And then I always say all LinkedIn members can see my basic info. I do not let them see all my contact info outside of an email. The headline you want to make sure you put with your current position or the position you're looking for as the top. Visibility is the big tab that I think matters the most. Profile viewing options. Your name and headline, I do turn that on. Again, you can say, you can keep things in private mode. Job searching. At least I don't see your name and headline. If you're not willing to do that, I don't know why you're watching this video this far into it, but there you go. Page visibility, I do say on, that lets companies know I've been to your page, I'm interested in you, even if I'm just interested in what you do, and then you can follow those things. If you make edits here, this was back. Edit. So I click on that, I don't want to miss this. And I public profile. it is really important for you to check this every once in a while. What do people who search for me see? And you want to scroll that, because what happens is you can have all of these turned on. See all these things that you can have turned on? I used to have this articles and activity turned on. Well, it actually put that before any of the valid information, like see, it did headline, it did my website, it did my summary right here, and then right below that, it put articles and activity. Well, guess what that meant? Nobody got to see. I can see all the contributions now. That's popping up. So that's before. That makes me want to say, "Ooh, do I want to turn this off?" This is before my experience section. If I were job searching, I want my experience to show before anything else, right? So this contributions, if I turn it off, it will then allow people to see my experience first. It's a big deal. So you want to check this every once in a while. My funny story was that I had articles turned on right here, and I had been writing articles, and it really is awesome to do that. But I had one of my most recent ones, last one I had done, so I was up there for a while. I cried at work, and here's what happened. Now, if someone wants to reach out to me about a job, and the first thing they see is an article about how I cried at work, that was not the full point went into having a support manager and working through all these different things. But what they saw is I cried at work, which can make me look emotionally unstable and maybe not like somebody they want to work with. Like, okay, that's why you say I turned it off, and I just turned off contributions. So check this every once in a while, please, for yourself. Also, right here, you can click, if you've ever seen people that have their name instead of a bunch of random numbers and stuff like that, this is where you set that for yourself, so people can get to LinkedIn via your name. Highly recommended. Okay, which one? Let's profile discovery using email. I do use that in case somebody finds me from a different job area or my own work. If my colleagues want to find me, yes, I want them to be able to find me. If I had a recent day way back on Monster 20 years ago and somebody wants to reach out to me, great, fine, do that. So I do let people look for me there. The last name thing, that's going to be up to you. If you'll say, if you have anybody stalking you, turn it off if you need to. I think having first and last name does give you more credibility. There are a lot of fake accounts. Try and get people to click on things and do shenanigans and yada yada. So I would like to do anything that makes my account look more legitimate. I do have so visibility. This one is do you want people to know whether or not you're active and online or not? I have it set to my connections only right now. I get a lot of requests for a lot of different things, help and whatnot, and I love doing that. But it can get a little weird if people are kind of constantly pinging, and it's like, I see you're on. Okay, great. I'm glad you do. Sometimes I have the window open, but I'm not actually engaging. I do have to share job changes, education changes, work anniversaries, and stuff like that. Just if I were to get promoted or anything like that, and I change the title, it would pop that as an option to post. I can still choose not to if I don't want to. Every once in a while, I'll go edit my profiles to make things more sorted out better. And it'll be like, do you want to post this job change? I'm like, it's not a job change. I just moved to a different project. But you have that choice. And I do want to know if people mention me. It gives me a chance to go respond to what they're doing. Whatever post they tagged me in. And this is going to be another point. LinkedIn is not anonymous like a lot of other social media platforms where you can keep it really locked out. It's just your connections. I think you can get there. Probably I just haven't pursued that because I love the lack of anonymity. If I comment on your post, then my network sees your post and your network sees my comment, and you can find people that way. I've had so much growth just by interacting with the post. I would say if you do nothing else, go comment on people's stuff, ask questions, start conversations going. They will get to know your name, stay relevant and active, and they don't forget that you exist. And then if they ever have jobs that are available or they know of them, then you're going to be top of mind. Huge growth hack right there that doesn't take it. It's actually way more fun than worrying about who to send connection requests to. I do let people know about my followers and more games. I love good games. I really love good games. And then we will continue on the notifications here. I really keep a lot of these on, but at the same time, I want to know if if somebody accepts my connection request. I want to know if somebody's commented or posted on my post, so I can go and interact. And I want to know about messages. I have some groups. I really want to know if they're active there so I can see them. I don't care as much about if somebody is attending an event, or I do like the news and stuff sometimes, but this is all to your preference. But those are major settings. And again, this visibility is the how I would stress the most in this whole process. I'm going to minimize this window so that you don't see all the noise. Yes, that is LinkedIn profile. Those are privacy settings, things that will give you the most visibility. Thank you if you have stayed with me all this time for staying with me all this time. I appreciate it. I know this is a lot of content, but hopefully it gives you a really just straight up, here's the guide of what's important and why it's important. Definitely, if you want more content like this, I'll do sometimes short videos, sometimes long videos, sometimes tutorials, sometimes not. But definitely subscribe to this channel. I will continue to post content as much as I can, daily if I can. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. And let me know how comments did any of these things help. Did anything change how you approach LinkedIn? Do you see any success? Ask questions. I will do other videos as I see a need for that type of content. So thanks for staying with me.